Hey there, folks. Why do I always start on a screen that's not CSS Battle? Because I don't look. I don't look before. Let's load it up. Let's see what today's daily target looks like. Ooh, look at that. Oh, ho, ho. Okay. So what is this shape? Oh, yeah. I kind of love it. I kind of love it. I'm kind of scared of it. Can I do the nested template and rotate the body tag 45 degrees? That's the question that I have today, and I don't know the answer. Rotate 45 degrees. Yes, I can. Look at that. That's a surprise. Okay. So, can I? What if I do that? What's that look like? All right. So, I think if I can do that, then I can do a conic gradient that is red to 25%, and then it's this dark color to 75%, and then it's so that's that, and then if I do at what 66%, 66%, and I gotta use percent signs. And then I use margins to narrow this down to a square. It's not going to be easy, and I haven't accounted for the way the corner is either. Let's do the rotate. Let's do it, because why not? Rotate 45 degrees. And then let's put the background. I don't know if any of this is going to work. Like, I definitely am a little concerned that this is not going to go easily. 5, 69. Now when I put this, narrow this in, will that work? 10, well, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How about 70? 69, 68. What I want to happen is for this to align very cleanly. All right. Let's do a Q value 2, 90, 100Q, 110Q, nope, 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6Q, 7Q, 6Q, and then that's 66%. How about 100Q? Is it also 106Q? Not too bad. And then a linear gradient over top of. I could also attempt a clip path, 45 degree, or it's probably minus 45 degree. No, I don't remember now. That and then transparent. So is it minus 145? No. Is it 135? Yeah, that's what it is. Let's do 10Q, and then a color stop. How about 90Q? All right, now we're getting there. How about 80Q? 70, 75Q. Let's submit it and find out if we can get 100% out of this crazy melange. 99.9%. Yep. I definitely could have told you that. What if we do pixels? 100 pixels. 100 pixels. And then 100 pixels. Is that any better? Let's find out. 99.9%. Is this a problem child? It could be. How about 67.5 as the margin, something like that. That's not better. 66.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. Let's submit that. We're just gonna keep trying stuff. We're gonna keep trying stuff till we can't try anymore. Okay, definitely feeling the vibe of this is not gonna get it done, and that leaves me wanting to do it all in the background. So what's that look like? Well, let's do let's do the conic gradient in the middle. We'll do the middle part first. Conic gradient at 50%, 200 pixels, and we'll do it from 45 degrees, and we do that color or 25%, and these looks like they look almost exactly like the other values there, 75%, and then the blue. So that's how you get that shape. How about 180, 182, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. All right. And then we gotta cover up the parts we don't care about, right? Like that's what we need next. So let's do a linear gradient. Do the top part. What is that? 45%, and then transparent. Something like that. Not quite. How about 40? 40. About 39, 38, 37, 38, 38%. And then what else? I could do another conic gradient. I don't feel super confident about that. We're just gonna go for the basics. Now we're gonna use that 45 degrees. 45 degrees, color, let's say 40% again, or 30% again, and then transparent with a color stop. That's too much. How about 30? 34, 5. How about a pixel value? Or how about a Q value? 17, 18, 21, 2, 3, 4. No, that's worse. 3, 2. Let's do it in pixels. We're gonna do decimals anyway. Might as well do pixels. I mean, we're kind of 1, 2.5. Sure. Looks dumb, but will it get us to 100%? That's what I care about right now. All right, and then I wonder if the finals are 135, 130. Is that the same thing? Yeah, maybe. And then this is minus 135. So that's a lot of, this is a lot of gradients, right? Let's see if it gets us to 100%. .9%. So that's a big no. Well, is there more that I should try there? So I see a little bit of a wonkiness there. Let's change the center of the conic gradient. Well, let's not give up on this total. I was about to give up, but maybe not. 185.1 pixels. All right, let's see. That actually looks a little better, and maybe that's 100%. If it is, we're gonna do it and get out. No, we're not. Now I'm putting my face deeper in. Okay, how about the top 8, 9, 100, 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Just adjusting every one of these values, trying to narrow it down. There's a 100% match. So some ridiculous numbers: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 gradients. So let's minify and unit replace. And should we do it another way? just because we're so irritated. Maybe we'll do it another way because we're so irritated. That's possible. It's not bad. It's not a bad score. It's just not my favorite thing ever. Okay, so let's do the nested template, which is using the HTML body. We'll put that onto that. And I'll put that at like 40 pixels. We can put some value. All right, and then we'll put. So we're gonna attempt to avoid doing any other gradients, and we're gonna use a clip path. So let's 6, 7, 8, 9, 100, 105, 106. Okay, and then on the sides we're looking at 7, 8, 9, nope, 88, 87. And then we need a different bottom margin, 10. Again, we're narrowing 39, 38, 37. Narrowing in this shape. So now I'm going to change the center of that conic gradient. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 71. Looks pretty good. And then it's clip path, which is a polygon. It's a polygon with to make this diamond shape, right? So we're 10 pixels 0, 0, and then 100% down some amount, and then 50%, 100%, and then 0, 20 pixels. So there's a sort of yes, wonk-tastic. Wonky-tastic. Oh, because this number is just way too small. How about 190? There we go. So let's move the verticals down. So how about 30, 35, 36, 37. Okay. So we're gonna try to adjust these symmetrically. 6. Yes, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Is it correct? We don't know yet. How about 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. 8, 70. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 7, 8. Oh. That's me physically reacting to the difficulty here. Okay. So that 37, I really like that 37. However, it might not be correct, so that means it's no good. The good thing about these clip paths too is that if I, let's see what, if I I mean, I got to 100%. I could quit anytime. I can stop anytime I want. All right. All right, so let's move this one. 86. Okay, great. How about this one? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woohoo! And then that means this one goes up. Yes, and then this one goes up as well. Not bad. I'm gonna move the center down to 72. No, 71. 70. 70.5. 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 71.1. There. All right, let's see if that's 100%. Oof. So clip pass, the more points you have, the trickier it can be. So that's also a 99.9%. And I'm not sure what I would shift here. This looks pretty good to me, but it's undeniable that it's not getting the job done. How about, what if I do 5, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 0.8. That looks pretty good. Let's try that one. Just trying to see if by the regular tweaks that I would do to see if we can get to 100%. No, I don't have confidence that this is going to be a solution that's going to get me where I'd like to be. I mean, I've clearly made the shape, but are there other options for narrowing this? What if I did a conic gradient? So another, what if I did a different kind of conic gradient? If I did a conic gradient that was from 45 degrees, transparent, 25%, and then that again, actually I do a repeating, and then do 0, 25, and then make sure to have a comma. From 45 degrees, repeating conic. I've got something super wrong. There we go. Okay, so that's the concept. If I do at %, 20, 30 pixels, and then if I move that over, then I can cover it not too badly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's another way to cover up the bleeding, the color of the conic gradient, and that's 100% match. I'm a little, let's minify and unit replace and submit that. So that's 2 gradients, a repeating conic gradient to get that funky shape, and that's a better score. All right, so stick-to-itiveness, simpler is better, right? But more gradients can be faster, if you can generalize. Anyway, that's a fun one. So again, so I'm using, so I'll just put a big blue. So that's a conic gradient that's actually in the middle of itself, but then I moved it to be right at the edge, and then that can create that recurrent pattern that's covering up the rest of this, and that's a nice effect. And again, that's a conic gradient that's starts at 45 degrees down, goes red, and then 180 degrees worth or 50% worth of that dark color 4C 455B, and then finishes up with the blue. So that's a good one. Good challenging one. You could definitely do this with assembling different objects. You could try it with box shadows. You could do it with linear gradients. You don't have to do it with conic gradients. And again, the rotate, I think there's ways to do this with a rotate that If you can get the numbers right and get it placed, that might be a shorter solution. Anyway, that was fun. Happy weekend. Go make a web page. Be good to each other, and be good to yourself too. And hey, yeah, make a web page, okay? Bye.